probably sound like the most basic person ever when I say that social media has taken over the world and is probably destroying our psyche with every passing second. All you need to do is watch The Social Dilemma and boom, Zuckerberg is suddenly controlling what I'm having for lunch. I wanted to dissect this idea from the perspective of a 20-something-year-old Gen Z beta male such as myself. That's right, if you were born between 1994 and 1998, you are probably viewing the social media era differently than other folks. On one hand, kids younger than us literally grew up with social media and don't know better. Poor bastards. While on the other hand, people older than us are really just posting close-up selfies on Facebook and commenting creepy things on girls' pictures. Our generation, we got it different. You see, we grew up with playing outside, watching Toy Story, but also with the occasional touch of cyberbullying, funny cat videos on YouTube, and of course, the beginning of Facebook. Yeah, you remember getting that first friend request, right? Your dick was probably hard as a rock. Mine was. So we get the best of both worlds in our lives, right? Sounds pretty good. No. While we are not as unlucky as the younger generation, who literally grew up swiping pictures on screens, they don't even know what a real picture is, we still feel every effect of social media and it is literally killing us. You see, when a friend or an acquaintance of ours was succeeding back in the day, we would probably hear of it from a friend once or twice and we'd have a moment to say, wow, good for Jimmy. And that was that. Now, we don't just hear of accomplishments. We see them. We feel them. Our friends, they post about it. It's on their stories. Maybe it's them doing something fantastic, right? Maybe your ugly friend who used to be a loser suddenly is in a hot tub with an IG model somehow. I mean, every single W is shoved in your face. So what do? Fight back. Suddenly you're posting your entire life in hopes of what? So that your friends can really be in touch with you? No. So that you can compete. Oh, you're in a hot tub? Okay. Well, I'm hanging at the coolest bar in town. Look at that. Oh, you just got into law school. Well, let me post a superficial comment congratulating you and then post a story of how great my girlfriend is or my relationship is. The flexing has got to stop, people. How about a little story, okay? It's summertime, beautiful weather, perfect breeze. I decided that, hey, I think it's time to take out the paddleboard. I walk to the beach by my house and, start paddling on this perfect mirror-like water. I mean, I got a beer in my hand and I'm catching some rays under the sun in the middle of the ocean. I mean, there were probably sharks straight up plotting on me, but I didn't give a fuck, okay? I looked like I was in a Dolce & Gabbana commercial. Anyways, I pack my things and I go home. I feel accomplished. I feel satisfied. I reconnected with nature and I did something different and exciting. Along came Instagram. Click on one story and before I know it, every story from every person I've met in the last 5 years starts scrolling before my eyes. I don't even have to touch them. Eventually, I land on the story of this very attractive girl who was just about 10 miles away from me. She was also on the water, but here's the difference. She was on a yacht partying with 30 people who all somehow looked better than me, right next door. So suddenly, my great day was erased. All I could think about is how can I reach the level of this girl? How can I achieve her lifestyle? I mean, I want to be on a boat party, right? Bang. Out of nowhere, I was a guy who just finished a perfect day of paddleboarding, but I was still complaining, still wishing for something more. That is the core issue of social media for people my age today. No matter what you do or who you are, there's always someone better on any given day, and this is reminded to you every single second, especially if you're addicted to it like me. So let's fast forward a little bit, right? I'm in Italy, I'm visiting my family. Instead of focusing on the people who I haven't seen in years, I found myself chasing the Wi-Fi connection. So what? That I can start posting my awesome Italian adventure to Instagram. You know why? I knew that my friends were also on vacation and I needed to make sure deep down that they knew I was doing better than them. My vacation was better. You know, I decided that I had enough. I sat on my Italian toilet and I started either unfollowing or muting the people who made me feel less than. or just killed my vibe. I mean, this included family members, close friends, anyone could get it. And I realized since I can't fix my addiction to checking Instagram all day, I might as well tailor my feed in a way that doesn't make me feel like a 16th century peasant. And something interesting happened. I noticed that most of the people that I muted were actually women that I met in college. I mean, this was the demographic that posted the most, and the content that they posted was obviously tailored to flex on other girls and other people. That's just how women are wired, guys. They are way more competitive than us, way more than what we know. And on top of that, women in their 20s, I mean, come on, they have access to everything. Any club, restaurant, event, they all require young, hot women to be there. So, if you're even a semi-attractive woman in her 20s and you live in a city, chances are your life is a freaking movie. And that leaves us non-billionaire guys who can't afford tables at these places feeling like, damn, I can't even come close to that lifestyle, right? Can't even come close to those chicks. Again, another way that social media is killing us, men specifically. To wrap this up, since I could probably talk about this for hours, try to realize that you are consuming content from people who don't even really belong to your life. I mean, that girl that you met 5 years ago, right? And you somehow still follow her, and you see all her stories of her clubbing in Manhattan. Is she really your friend? I mean, if you muted her or unfriended her, would you guys ever talk again? No, you will forget that she ever existed. Thank me later. Go ahead and do that right now. Also realize that most of the content you are posting is the same as these college chicks. You just want to feel validated, it's human, and have your friends feel a little jealousy for you, right? And that's okay. Just be conscious of it and try to grow out of it. Because guys, if you are in my generation, we're about to be 30 in a couple of years. Let's take control of social media. Since it seems like we're already too addicted for it to go anywhere, if it's here to stay, let's make it our bitch.